Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we are in Barrie,
Yeah,
at
Barrie,
Henry's, and I'm here with Jerry, and he's got a lot of cool stuff from Fuji to talk about.
I do.
So talk to it.
All right. Well, I mean, what I've got here with me today, Lee, is I've got the new EF X500 flash. I've got the new camera, the XT-2. I happen to have the 56mm APD on this particular one. Seeing that it's probably the perfect wedding kind of kit with the grip, with the power grip as well. New camera, I think a lot of people already heard it's been announced for a little bit of time now, but sales are going to start very, very soon. So we got the XT2.
September?
September 8th is what we're looking
September
at
8th.
start shipping. So those first pre-orders should be around available for then, and then we'll get as many as we can fill after that. Biggest thing is, I mean, there's so many differences between the XT1 going from the XT2, but in essence, we're talking more resolution, 24 megapixel sensor, better ergonomic control, 4K video. The grip gives a boost as well. It's not just power, it's a boost.
Yep.
So boost performance for autofocus, for 4K video, things like that, where you need longer video recording or you need to have the utmost performance as far as autofocusing goes.
So 30 minutes with the pack?
Yeah, with
booster?
the boost on,
For,
yeah.
for
you
4K
can,
video?
For 4K.
And then without the booster pack?
10 minutes.
10 minutes and 4K?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. 4K, either to the memory card or to an external recorder, either or. That part wouldn't change much. This whole system, with the exception of this particular lens, but if you put on another weather-sealed lens, this whole system is now weather-sealed as well, including the flash itself.
True, I remember you mentioned that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So it's a nice feature. It does feature the ability to put an external battery pack as well. So it'll double your battery life. You get 350 shots a go when you're using it.
As far as the camera, how many autofocus points?
So if we're talking single points, we're talking 325 single autofocus points that you can choose. And they've really improved the autofocus performance. And it's not just about, it's about shot to shot. It's about performance and being able to get more successful hits when you're talking about continuous shooting. So they've really done some customizations and things like that, AFC customizations, and the algorithms themselves, face detections improved, things like that.
I'm curious to test that out.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody around here doing sports, but
no, not yet.
I'm curious to see what it's like.
Yeah, I mean, I had the opportunity to use it at a really dark skate park at one point, and I was shooting 3200 ISO, continuous autofocus with this flash. Had no problems at all. Whether I went into the high-speed ranges, I boosted it up to 6400 to really give it a test, and it really did hold up.
Yeah, well, I mean, from my experience with the X Pro 2, same sensor and everything, it's awesome at 32, 64.
Yeah.
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 Not the autofocus necessarily, but
the
but the new algorithms are coming to the
Pro 2.
Yes,
so, in October we're expecting those. So that'll be through firmware, and then the flash compatibility will also be added to that. So the full controls with the menu, and the XT1 as well is going to get that compatibility as well. Sweet. So high-speed synchronizations, the whole gamut.
Cool. So let's jump into some of the flash settings.
Sure.
And
let's do that.
There's not much else to really talk about the camera. I mean, HDMI out.
Yeah, HDMI out now.
F-Log.
F-Log for F4K video, 422 8-bit compression. We have external microphone, external headphones.
With the booster.
With the booster, we get the headphones. The camera itself, now, so in previous models, to help save space, we were combining the remote cable and the microphone. So we've split them up. Now we've got that proper. USB 3 and also USB 2, and then of course HDMI out as well.
Yeah, and this is the final production.
This is ready to go.
I took some 4K samples with it, so I'll show those.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll look really good. And then dual memory card slot.
Yeah.
So video is always to the first card, but other than that, it will support the UHS-2 cards. Do I have one in here? No, I just have a regular SD, 32 gig, but it will support. I've got one with me, but it will support.
Do you know the
high
buffer capacity on high speed?
So
at 11 frames per second?
At 11 frames per second. Well, it's more about how many frames before it fills.
Yeah, and what you're doing, either RAW or...
Right, so in RAW, you're talking 33 shots to the memory card before she stops to empty.
Down.
Yeah, until she slows down.
Okay.
A lot of people wonder, but you're able to get 40 out of the XT1. we're talking about a third more resolution.
Yeah.
So it's a larger
24.
file size. Yeah. So it does slow it down a little bit there.
Okay.
So with the XT2, we've incorporated the new menu system like we had in the X Pro 2. So here we've got a little bit more organized way of doing things, including the My menu here, so you can actually program it yourself. But for the intent, I'm going to show two menus that are of most importance. The first one's the autofocus modes in the autofocus menu itself. So you have your autofocus points here. I've got it set to 91. You can go to 325 points, so real quick. That's a lot of focus points that you can move around and choose from. And then the other part that's really new to Fuji is the AFC custom settings. So if we move over to the side, this is where you can actually pick, depending on the scene or the situation, you're able to pick what kind of tracking you're going to get. So you can ignore obstacles as you're focusing on subjects, things that are moving fast in and out of the frame, or even things that just suddenly appear. You can really maximize the performance of the autofocus. The other part is the flash. So instead of having to go and manipulate the flash to change all your settings, you can actually do that right in the camera. So I'm going to go down to the flash menu, and we have our flash settings. And here, you can see all the items that I can play with. So whether it's the TTL mode, or if I want regular front sync or rear sync, or just high-speed sync. The angle of your flash, your zoom, depending on what lens you're using. So here I've got the 56, so I'm going to put it to 56. And your LED, you can actually turn it off and turn it on from here. Where it gets really fun is when you go into remote flash. So if I go into master mode, now we can see here all the different flashes in my, or my groups of flashes, that is. So I've got my main master right now is shooting manually, and then I have TTL for my secondary flash. If I wanted a third flash, I would then activate the third flash. We actually recommend that if you don't have three flashes, don't activate the third flash. Just leave it off. That way when you're doing TTL shooting, it'll be a little faster. So that's the menu itself as far as the flash goes. And I mean, you do have really good control where you can actually control the flashes themselves within the menu. So there's no more going in wireless, and you don't have to go to the flash to actually change the exposure values.
So I was able to do continuous autofocus tracking in video, and I wanted to show you what it looked like with the 56mm f1.2. And this lens isn't the smoothest focusing lens, so as you can tell, it's a little bit jerky. But I think that if you got one of the newer lenses like the 16mm f1.4 or the 35mm f2, that it would be a lot smoother. And one other thing I wanted to show was continuous autofocus in high-speed bursts, so 11 frames per second with the grip. And as you can tell, I was just tracking this guy on his bike, and I know it's not the most craziest test, but it held up really well, and I just wanted to show you what it looked like with him ripping by me. And we'll zoom in here a little bit, and I think that guy there that's bald kind of looks like Lou from Unbox Therapy, and if it is, that'd be pretty sweet, because I caught him walking down the street. Anyway, I just want to say a big thanks to Jerry for letting me try the camera out now probably 3 times, actually. I've met up with him different times. And also thanks to Henry's and Barrie for letting me come shoot that little video there. If you like this video, thumbs up. If you dislike this video, thumbs down twice, and I'll see you in the next one.